Nintendo remains committed to utilizing the Nintendo account system to facilitate a seamless transition to the successor of the Nintendo Switch, although it refrains from commenting on the reports suggesting a Switch 2 is slated for a 2024 release. Now, the rumors suggest Nintendo has already distributed development kits for the potential Switch 2 to key partners, with plans for a launch in the latter half of 2024. Additionally, it's worth noting that Nintendo presented tech demos of its Nintendo Switch successor to a select audience at Gamescom in August. And there was a recent interview with Nintendo of America President Doug Bowser. Yeah, I'm just gonna refrain from making jokes on that last name. It's just too easy. So during this recent interview with him, while avoiding direct commentary on the rumored Switch 2, Doug Bowser highlighted the importance of the Nintendo account system, and he explained that the creation of the Nintendo account aims to improve communication and transition processes when switching to a new platform. This approach is intended to minimize the disruptions often seen during the transition from one console generation to the next. And while past transitions necessitated new account systems for each device, the Nintendo account serves as a sort of one-stop shop to communicate between all platforms. It is essential to note that previous generation games like those from the 3DS and Wii U purchased through the Nintendo eShop cannot be transferred to the current Nintendo Switch. But many fans are hopeful that the next generation console will offer backward compatibility for previously purchased games. Yeah, Nintendo has really recently been stressing the significance of Nintendo account integration for its upcoming consoles. Nintendo accounts were introduced about a year prior to the Nintendo Switch's launch in March of 2017, with the aim of unifying the user experience across mobile games, online stores, and consoles. This allowed players on mobile platforms to receive rewards for completing various challenges in console games and sharing it, or rather sharing your progress through a friends list. Nintendo remains focused on maintaining strong partnerships and positive relationships with various industry players, and it's no denying that it has really paid off. The Nintendo Switch has been vastly successful. During a quarterly financial results briefing in August, Nintendo reported that the global lifetime sales of the Switch had reached 129 million units by mid-2023. Now, as for future plans, Nintendo, they are anticipating that they will sell 15 million Switch consoles during the current fiscal year, which concludes in March of 2024, despite a projected 16.5% year-over-year decline. And the company has also said that they will be committing to supporting the Nintendo Switch with new games in the next fiscal year. So even though, as it is very heavily rumored right now, even though the Switch 2 may be coming out next year, maybe late next year, the first Switch, or the Switch 1, whatever you'd want to call it, will still get supported for, at least a year or maybe 2 or 3 before games completely stop selling on it. I think it would be cool to see Nintendo do kind of what Xbox and PlayStation are doing right now. The transition between the Xbox One and the Xbox Series, and then between PS4 and PS5, is overall pretty good, pretty easy. A lot of games right now can play on both sets of consoles, and if you have the more outdated one, you can just use your PlayStation account or your Xbox account, the same account that you've already been using, and you can get the brand new console, and especially with digital downloads, boom, you'll have all of your games that you have already had. Kind of sounds like Nintendo is steering more toward this direction, which would definitely support the theory that they will probably have support for backward compatibility in the new console. Though the Switch 2 is probably right around the corner, Nintendo is definitely not giving up. They are definitely not kind of having a decline here at the end of the Switch life cycle. Yeah, by no means is that the truth. The new Zelda game was huge. The new Mario game, I think, is coming out like today or this week. That's huge. There's a lot of hype around that. So even though the Switch 2 will be coming out probably fairly soon, if you have a Switch and you don't have the money to buy a Switch 2, I wouldn't throw your hands up in the air and just give up, because I really think that they will be supporting this console for quite a while. But when you are ready to transition into the new console, like Nintendo is saying, it kind of sounds like once you have this Nintendo account, the transition will thankfully be very, very smooth.